Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
The Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte says his country may become the latest to withdraw its support from the International Criminal Court. That court was set up to try war crimes and crimes against humanity, but a growing number of countries have been announcing their withdrawal, including 3 African countries and yesterday Russia. And a warning, this report from our Asia correspondent Jonathan Miller does contain images from the very start, which some viewers may find distressing.
He had vowed bloody carnage in his war on drugs, and President Rodrigo Duterte has steadfastly delivered on his promises, unleashing death squads in a dirty war which has left 4,000 dead since July. His response to critics, brash and bellicose. Barack Obama branded the son of a whore and told to go to hell. The UN told to f*** off and shut up. Today, the executioner president rounded on the International Criminal Court. Its chief prosecutor last month expressed deep concern over the extrajudicial killings, which it said could fall under its jurisdiction. They're useless, the International Criminal Court, he said in a mix of Tagalog and English. The Russians withdrew, he said, I might follow. If China and Russia moved to create a new world order, he said, he'd be the first to quit the UN and sign up. The United Nations had failed to stop wars, he said.
The killing is endless. The mouth is splattering.
Yesterday, in a decree signed by Vladimir Putin, the Kremlin withdrew its support for the Hague-based global court after the ICC criticised its annexation of Crimea. Chief Prosecutor Fatou Bensouda said the court was closely monitoring instances of incitement and violence in the Philippines. So Duterte, who doesn't like being threatened, has now followed suit. The gun-slinging maverick 71-year-old Duterte, with his notorious hair-trigger temper, projects himself as a no-nonsense tough guy. He says his hero is Putin, and that he now wants to buy guns from him, not America. But is all this bombast for real or just rhetoric? For decades, the Philippines has had a defense pact with the United States, the 2-stage annual war games. But on his first foreign foray to China, Duterte announced separation from the US. He was sick of being America's doormat, he said. The next day, he reneged. I hadn't really meant that, he said.
I don't give a to them. They are the ones interfering. You know what?
It was in a profanity-laced rant in August that he first mooted leaving the United Nations. The next day, he said he'd been joking. Philippine jails are jam-packed with addicts who've turned themselves in, fearing they'll be next on the kill list. The ICC now has Rodrigo Duterte in its sights. He may not like that, but pulling out now would not get him off the hook if it does go after him for having incited mass murder.
Jonathan Miller.
I've been getting away with it all my